In recent years, the United Kingdom has become a destination of hope for many refugees and migrants seeking safety, stability, and a better future. Yet behind this image lies another reality. Thousands of people, after the dangerous crossing of the English Channel, spend months and even years in hotels, temporary accommodations and overcrowded facilities without knowing what their future will be. This prolonged state of limbo has now become even more complicated with the British government's latest decision. In November 2025, the government announced the launch of the largest overhaul of the asylum system in recent decades, a plan presented as restoring order and control, but one that in practice transforms asylum from a stable form of protection into a temporary, conditional and fragile status. Under this plan, the path to permanent residence has been fundamentally reshaped. Refugees who previously could apply for settlement after 5 years must now wait 10 years, and in some cases, even 20. Those already living in the UK with accepted claims must reapply every 2.5 years, simply to keep their right to stay, a change that affects more than 1.6 million people. These restrictions are not limited to asylum seekers. International students must now prove much higher living cost funds. Post-study visas have been shortened, and legal migrants, including seasonal workers, face similarly difficult pathways. At the center of these policies is the controversial clause of safe country of origin. It allows the government to return individuals if it determines that their home country has become safe, even if they have lived in the UK for years. Many analysts believe this clause has been added specifically to facilitate the return of Syrian refugees. Alongside this, the government intends to determine the age of asylum seekers using artificial intelligence and facial analysis, methods that international studies show are prone to racial bias and may lead to dangerous errors in sensitive cases. Social workers argue that such practices are unscientific and undermine the dignity of individuals. The government justifies these changes through financial and statistical pressures. The asylum system's budget has increased tenfold in the past decade, reaching more than PSC 5.3 billion. Net migration hit a record 906,000 in 2023, and more than 32,000 asylum seekers have been accommodated in hotels alone. Yet behind these figures lies a system that has long been exhausted, politicized, and in urgent need of structural reform. Within British society, a deep division has emerged. Parts of the public support halting new immigration altogether and even removing many of those who have already arrived. Large demonstrations, including a 150,000-strong far-right rally in September 2025, show that migration has become one of the most contentious issues in the country. At the same time, the UK's healthcare system warns that up to 50,000 migrant nurses may leave if these policies go ahead, nurses who played vital roles during the COVID-19 pandemic. Internationally, human rights organizations such as Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International consider these reforms a profound regression. They argue that the new policies turn asylum from an international right into a revocable privilege, weakening the UK's obligations under the Refugee Convention. Their warning is clear. When a government chooses to silence fundamental rights for one group, the same logic can quickly extend to others. Ultimately, the United Kingdom now stands at a historic crossroads. Can security and order truly be built on lives spent in prolonged uncertainty and instability? Or is it time for the country to return to its long-standing tradition of protecting refugees, a tradition that once made Britain a symbol of responsibility on the global stage?